Tasmania, a beautiful land full of opportunities and many different ways to cark it. Poisonous spiders, sharks, snakes, Pinot Noir and Ulverston, to name but a few. But the locals all agree on one thing. The worst way to go? Being shredded alive by a viscera of Tasmanian devils. Welcome to this video guide in which I share with you some important safety tips that may well save your life. When the world at large, as indeed it is, thinks of the Tasmanian devil, they conjure up images of the infamous cartoon character, a wacky brown tornado with a knack for getting into trouble. Tasmanians know better though, and for good reason. With mating season just around the corner, there are many things that you can do to make it through in one piece. Devil society is highly disciplined and well organised. Groups numbering no more than 12 but no fewer than a baker's dozen regularly separate from the collective to scout for food. Research suggests that, like the xenomorph, each group is led by a genetically superior specimen. Early settlers once thought that killing this queen devil would disrupt the collective. Turns out, it just really pisses them off. Stable structures, such as houses, can provide protection, though not all houses are constructed equal, so the following precautions are advised.
It is recommended that all domestic animals be secured indoors before nightfall. Ensure that all access points can be bolted, chained, or otherwise reinforced. There may also be cause for a localised or statewide curfew.
With the obvious exception of country music, nothing on earth is quite as terrifying as the sound of a Tasmanian devil. That's usually the only warning you'll get. Now, we've all seen horror movies where the group splits up and gets picked off one by one. You wouldn't do it in real life, but the fact remains you stand a slightly better chance if the devils are busy. The human ankle is relatively fragile. A sudden blunt trauma ought to do the trick. Then all you need to do is run faster than your mate. You can avoid violence if one in your group is obese or a heavy smoker, but survivors take every chance they can get. Hit them hard and run for your life.
They're coming! What are you doing? Run for your lives! Run!
Oh shit! To prove we aren't mucking around, here's a testimonial of a real survivor of one of these horrific attacks. Oh shit!
Tomo and I were in kindergarten together, you know. I was his best man for Nellie's sake. But they swarmed the golf course so fast. And they were catching up, man. They were catching up. My shrink says I did what I had to do. But I could still hear Tomo screaming every time I practiced my chipping.
The devil's large head and neck allow it to generate more bite force than a croc, and has no issue biting through wood, bones, or building support foundations. Devils thermoregulate and can be active during the day without overheating.
They are known to eat cadavers by first ripping out the digestive system, which is the softest part of the anatomy. You all right, mate? They then reside within the cadaver to finish their meal, slowly eating their way from the inside out. Now, it's at this point that the devil does something... Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh!
Since the extinction of the thylacine, the Tasmanian devil has stepped up as the...
Hang on. Who's doing this bit?
I thought I was.
No, well, I was scheduled to.
Well, so was I.
Well, what the hell? I drove all the way out here to do this bit.
Jerry called me this morning and told me to come in.
What? He didn't say anything to me.
He said he wasn't happy with how this scene turned out.
Is that true, Jerry?
Yeah, this is rubbish.
I agree.
Come on, give us a fair go. Look, I'll do this bit and you can do the next bit. How's that sound?
Fine.
Since the extinction of the thylacine, the Tasmanian devil has stepped up as the icon of Tasmania. Sadly, we're on a fast track to losing our beloved carnivorous friends forever, as the facial tumour disease remains without cure. It's a fast track with seemingly no exit ramps. How's that?
That was rubbish.
Devil population numbers are difficult to estimate as none of them have a fixed address we can send census forms to and are illiterate even if we could. However, In the mid-90s, there was believed to be around 150,000, but the facial tumour disease has wiped out a large number.
Sadly, the devil may soon be joining the likes of the thylacine and the dodo, one of which was hunted to extinction, the other is a liberal myth and never existed in the first place. Efforts are being made to preserve the species. However, museums can only do so much without becoming counterproductive. Conservationists are pinning their hopes on a small wild population of the marsupials near the island's southwest and south coasts, where the facial tumour disease is yet to take full hold.
Many devils have been sent to the mainland and internationally to conduct a captive breeding program in a bid to raise numbers. The devils seem to be happy, adjusting to their new environments and commenting that the mainland is quite nice this time of year.
The second biggest threat that devils face is being hit by cars between the time the sun sets in the west before rising again in the east. Locals refer to this as dusk and dawn. Unfortunately, devils are nearly impossible to see at night, as they are masters at disguising themselves as a road stripe. No, that's a wombat.
Please report all road fatalities to Project Roadkill to make our roads safer for devils. If devils do go extinct, Tasmania's ecosystem would violently unbalance, as devils keep feral cats, foxes, and American tourists in check. Without their impact, a great number of native flora and fauna would suffer, as would the morale of our tender-hearted people. So please, hear our plea from our small corner of the world. Don't let our devils go to hell.